Hi fantasy managers and welcome to FPL Team Talk. In this video I'm going to go through my team selection for Game Week 33. I'm going to look at some of the transfers I could make, talk about my chip strategy and plans moving forward, and then at the end discuss captaincy options as well. So if you enjoy these sort of videos, please give it a like, don't forget to subscribe, and in the meantime, let's take a look. So just a recap then of how I got on for Game Week 32. I was pretty pleased. It was a green arrow, decent week for me. I got 69 points. Dubravka really came in with 9 points, which was great. Palmer, the captaincy dilemma between Palmer, Salah and Son didn't really feel that have much impact in the end. Salah would have been the best choice, but you know what, Palmer got a few points less. I can live with that. It wasn't a game week changer for me. Dharma got a return, which was great. Porro, I guess, was the real winner for me. Saka was a doubt before the weekend, but he obviously scored, came off early. Bit frustrating if you captain him, I guess, but he still got a 10-point return, which was good. But yeah, Porro was the one that turned my week into probably a tiny red arrow into a fairly healthy green arrow. And since Game Week 30, when I've decided not to wildcard but dead end my side into Game Week 35, I've gone up by 21k. So I'm really happy with the way it's gone. I've got 2 free transfers. Like I just said, I have my wildcard in my back pocket for Game Week 34, so I'm going to dead into that. I'm going to have to use one of my transfers this week. I do have 8.3 million in the bank, so I feel pretty good about life. I think it's a pretty decent position. So let's have a look what is going on and how my side looks for Game Week 33. Dubravka is obviously more than likely, unless we get some team news, that Areola is going to start. I think Dubravka will play at home to Tottenham. I am tempted to just play Areola, whatever happens, because if he's not fit, he will just be benched and or not in the squad, so he won't play anyway. So Dubravka comes off. But I'd much rather, given a straight choice between Areola and Dubravka, have that Fulham fixture at home for West Ham. So we'll wait and see what happens with that, but possibly just going to go for Areola, expecting Dubravka to get his place against Tottenham in any case. Taylor, I've just no interest in playing him, and Cash is injured, so I'm left with Gabriel, which I've got no issues playing for at home to Villa, Zabani at home to Man U, which I don't hold up much hopes for, and Porro away at Newcastle. And even though Porro got 11 points, not expecting a clean sheet from Tottenham there, or against anyone these days it feels, and to continuously rely on attacking returns for Porro, it's not ideal. Every time he returns it's great, but it's just not going to happen every week. But then it's difficult to know who is going to get any clean sheets. I think other than that that Arsenal defence, I don't think I would trust anyone to get clean sheets. But that is a dilemma. So midfield, I'm looking at, my midfield is really strong and I'm really happy with Saka, Palmer, Garnacho, Salah and Son. They've all got, I'm perfectly happy with that that set of players. And I've got no interest in bringing anyone else in. We will have a look. Son blanks in 34. But I'm not sure if I want to sell him this week because he's got Newcastle away. But we'll have a talk about that in a minute. And up front, I've got Morris away at Man City. And then I've got Solanke at home to Man United, which I've got no issues playing. And then Darwin's got a good fixture at home to Palace. So the side looks decent. But I do have 2 free transfers and a lot of money in the bank. So I've got some choices. One of the players I definitely want to bring in, I do like the look of, is Kai Havertz. He's just been unbelievable over the last few years. He's got something like 11 turns in the last 9 starts he's had. His underlying stats look decent. Fixtures look fine. The double looks good. He's absolutely the number 1 choice for Arsenal up front. Is there a chance that he gets rotated or rested in the next few weeks, especially with Bayern away in a Champions League sandwiched between the Villa and Wolves game? I think there definitely is, but I don't think anyone's immune from that. So I'm not sure whoever I go for will still have a chance of being rotated, but none of those games look easy to me. Wolves away will be tricky. Chelsea at home, London derby, and then Tottenham away. Not sure who he's going to rest, but you expect some players to get a rest at some point. But I do think Kai Havertz is the number 1 choice, so I'm happy to go for him. The problem I have is just who do I take out in that midfield? I could take Son out, have a little bit of value in him. And when I wildcard on 35, I do want to keep that value, but I don't think I'm going to need the extra money because I'm not sure if I'll go for Salah anyway. So that being said, the value probably isn't that important. Now, is Havertz a much better option at home to Villa than Son away at Newcastle? I'm not entirely sure he is. Bear in mind, Havertz minutes might be managed a bit. So I think I would just prefer, to go with the security of Son. And I don't want to take Palmer out because there's so much value left in him. Saka's fine. Salah's got a great fixture. And Garnacho away at Bournemouth looks all right. And he's cheap as chips as well. So I'm not sure, unless I take Garnacho out, and I'm not sure I want to do that either away at Bournemouth. Havertz, I'm not sure that midfield can really bring anyone else in. In terms of defence, I've got Cash and Taylor, who I just don't need to keep. Simple as that. Cash is injured. I don't need to keep him. So the choice is, I think Gabriel I'm happy to keep. Zabani's got a double, so I'm not going to get rid of him. And Porro, he does blank at 34, and I'm not sure he'll keep a clean sheet against Newcastle. So I'll bring him in on a wild card for later on for his double. So I'm not sure I need to keep him. So he's one who could come out, but Cash would come out before that. Aït-Nouri is an option. But with the likes of Cunha and Hwang coming back, I'm not sure he's going to play up front for much longer. He's been doing a pretty decent job and got quite a few returns in the last few weeks. But people who are Wolves fans tell me that he is most likely just going to return to a wing back or a full back role as soon as they come back. So that does put me off a bit, because I don't, for the double Arsenal versus and Bournemouth, I don't see clean sheets in the Arsenal game. Possibly Bournemouth. Away at Forest, not sure. I'm not sure I trust that Wolves defence too much. So the next option would be an Arsenal defender, and I think I'd have to look at either Saliba or Ben White. Now, I don't know if he's got a great fixture against Villa. Villa very attacking. Could easily see them scoring in that fixture, though Arsenal are the best defence in the league. Wolves away for the double and Chelsea at home looks pretty decent to me, and I do expect him to keep at least one clean sheet in that fixture. I mean, Tottenham away looks hard. You would expect Tottenham to win. But I do rate that Arsenal defence. I do think they could still keep a clean sheet. And I'm wildcarding then anyway, so I can reassess at that point. So Ben White, 5.9. He is quite expensive, but money's not an issue. So I am tempted to go for Ben White. So the side would potentially look like this for game week 32. Salah, I would have to think go for on the captaincy. Palmer potentially. But I think Salah would on pens at Palace, Liverpool playing at home. I think he just looks like the obvious call. I'm not sure I would go Saka with him being slightly down and Villa being a bit of a better side, I think, than Palace. I would just have to go Salah. Porro would keep his place. I think I'd take Zabani out because I don't think he's keeping a clean sheet. I don't think Porro's keeping a clean sheet. So I'll just keep Porro for his attacking returns, and then White would come in. In terms of chit strategy, I'm absolutely going to be wildcarding 34, so I'm dead end in my side. Currently, I'd have 2 free transfers for game week 34, and that will take me up to 10, I think, double game week players. So I could move up to more if I wanted to take hits, and I am tempted to take a goalkeeping hit, but we'll have to just play that by ear when it comes to 34 and hope I have a bit more information. But that is my side for game week. That's it for this one then, guys. Let me know what your transfer plans are for game week 33 and who is your captain's armband on for this weekend. We will get back at you with a free hit video for game week 34 coming up, team selection, watch list, all that good stuff. So good luck with your game week 33, and I shall see you on the other side.